Many reasons to love February. I mean, the obvious one being Valentine's Day. Groundhog Day, maybe a close second. But if you're in Prince George, the Jeanne Clarke Awards, another great reason to love February because, well, we get to celebrate local historians, people that write books, contribute in great ways to the community, similar to the way Chuck Chin contributed. He's going to be honored in this year's Jeanne Clarke Awards, and along with many other people as well. We'll find out more in today's show, CKPG Today. The 40th annual Jeanne Clarke History Awards coming up here at the Prince George Public Library, set to honor the late Chuck Chin for his excellence in service to the community. And when it comes to local history, his forum, of course, taking photos here in the community. You can come and see those here on the staircase at the library. Going to be up all month for you to take a look at. And you can't help but just appreciate all the moments that he captured over his years in the community. We're going to talk about the Jeanne Clarke History Awards today with Larissa and Anna. And yeah, of course, there's a lot of people set to be honored at this 40th anniversary event. Of course, one thing to look forward to in February for sure, the Jeanne Clarke History Awards here at the Prince George Public Library. And we got Anna here to talk about it, as well as Larissa from the library. Larissa, tell me a little bit about this event, this year's event. It is a milestone one.
It's the 40th anniversary of the Jeanne Clarke Local History Awards, so we're really excited about that. It's a bigger event than usual because of the milestone, and it's going to be on February 23rd this year, 3:00 p.m. at the Civic Centre.
Wow, the Civic Centre. That's a lot to look forward to. Expecting a big crowd, people open to the public?
It is open to the public. We are asking people to RSVP so that we can have a head count a bit ahead of time. So you can RSVP many different ways, by phone, by email, or we have an RSVP form on our website as well. So any of those three is fine.
Perfect. Okay, now time to talk to Anna and the local history committee here as well, because there is, yeah, like you said, 40 years of history. That's crazy to think about. When it comes to local history, how important is it to celebrate it?
It's so huge. It's so neat, the award winners that win every year too, just to kind of see what they are celebrating, what their niche is too. And it's such a great way to learn. I grew up in Prince George. My grandparents were here. My mom was born here.
Well, so you're like
I'm a second generation
Wow.
Prince George, yeah. Like, yeah, the fact that my mom was born here is like kind of neat. So yeah, every year just learn something new, and previous award winners too are so special, and just what they celebrate, it's so good to bring people together for that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a very important thing to celebrate. A good time of year to do it because February, you know, everyone's sleeping a little bit. So it's good to get out of the house to celebrate history as well. You can see behind us the Chuck Chin exhibit, one of this year's winners. Walking through a little bit of that.
Yeah, it's just incredible to celebrate Chuck this way. He's winning the service award this year, and just so well deserved for all that he gave to our community. When I was walking up the stairs seeing those photos, I live in the same neighborhood that he lived in, so seeing some scenic shots from there, just a different way of celebrating our community, and also the visitors that would come here too, and the people that make this place so special. So the fact that his pictures are more modern, right? Like often we talk about local history, and this is a way of contributing to Prince George's history for the future and just celebrating it.
Yeah, definitely. The social media landscape locally is not the same without Chuck, that's for sure. I think we can all agree on that. And then there is still an award to be announced at the event, right?
Yeah, the publication award, so that is for a collection or a material that highlights local history for northern BC. We're not too specific on boundaries because, yeah, so it can be anywhere in northern BC, and just digging into a little bit of what that looks like. Can be a variety of different books or different things that celebrate our history, and share that with people to come.
Right. Yeah, because there's been a bunch over the years of local authors or other historical pieces, right? Walking through some of the past winners, because there's quite a cool legacy on that too.
It's amazing, especially like Chuck Chin joining the service award winners. So last year was Clarence Boudreau, and he was Penny Slim. Yes. So yeah, super awesome to have him there. Previously, Kim Gucci won a couple years ago, along with Jennifer Piggin and Elder Edie Frederick also. So they won jointly in 2023.
Wow.
So yeah, quite the collection. Chuck is so well deserving to be joining that group. And then publication award winners, yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see who wins this year for sure.
Pop the popcorn and get ready for that event. Larissa, tell me a little bit about the library side here. Obviously, it is cool to have local history winners, but all of the past winners, many of their items are here in the collection as well, right?
Yes, exactly. You can find a lot of past winners in our collection. In fact, they are easy to find in the catalog. There's a specific local history tag that's used. And so you can find that through the local history page on our website, or you can just search in the catalog for those Jeanne Clarke past winners as well.
For those wondering, the reminder, Jeanne Clarke was a figure here at the library, a board chair, right?
Yes, yeah, she was a board chair. She had a huge role to play in creating the local history collection here in the library, so that's so important. And she was one of the founding members of the local history committee, which is a board committee.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for your time today. I'm looking forward to the awards. Of course, we'll have all the details as well on how you can get involved, contribute RSVP on ckpgtoday.ca. And other than that, I'll let you guys get back to work, because I know you're both very busy doing a little bit of judging, doing a little bit of library collection work, and so much more. So thank you.
Thanks, Hayden.
Thank you.
The home of great music, soon to be here in Prince George. The Coldsnap Music Festival gets underway. A cold snap in a cold snap. It's super cold, but there's a reason to stay inside and enjoy some great music. Plus today we're going to talk about maybe the craftiest part of Coldsnap, the lighting setup. There's a lot that goes into this. I'm going to take you inside and go have a look here. It's exciting. Cold snap during a cold snap. How often does that happen? I don't know. Actually, the last couple of years, I don't think it's been warm.
Well, it hasn't been like this cold,
No.
though. This is the first time, I think, post-COVID, that it's actually been a cold snap during cold snap. It was more like a cool snap.
Yeah, I agree. I'll give
the
you
last couple of years. So this is a little different.
Okay, well, speaking of cool, we're in a cool place to be here at the Knox in the second level. Is it a balcony level?
It's the balcony level.
Okay, and looking down here, you can see behind us, there's a lot going on, a lot of prep work for Cold Snap getting underway. Well, it's actually now underway. But talk to me. Are you excited for this year's edition?
This year's, I mean, every year is really cool and unique in its own kind of way, and this year is no exception. Some very different looks on stage, depending on whether it's a 2-piece or 3 or 5, different elements, different risers, so there's like different heights and stuff for things. So yeah, it's going to be a really neat thing. Depending on which night you're here, no 2 nights are going to be the same.
Now, of course, there's the Knox Performance Series, the main stage thing that happens here throughout the year. But as far as aside from that, this is like the premier event the Knox hosts, right?
Oh yeah, this is by far the longest event that we do it like as a standard ongoing every year kind of thing. Hosting the main stage for Coldsnap. This year we've got music in the round here as well. And then our green room downstairs has been kind of completely transformed this year. Normally we kind of do a corner of the room and we put some couches and it looks kind of cool. This time there's like workstations. There's a place where you can do yoga, mats.
I saw some green Skittles.
There's definitely a lot of Skittles.
Only the green ones.
Coldsnap runs on candy, I gotta say. Candy and coffee. Without those two, Coldsnap wouldn't happen. So a whole bunch of stuff down there, and then, like I said, for music in the round, it's like chairs and couches, and we're using Heritage Hall, so a very different sounding space than the main space. So just a constant kind of thing.
If you were to pick one thing out, what are you most excited about? Is it an artist? Is it an experience? What part of Coldsnap 2025 got you excited?
I like the whole run.
Okay.
So that'll be one for me. Is like just from today till Sunday. It's like a one constant sprint.
Yeah, it's an event.
It's an event, right? It really is a festival this year in the compressed format, or it'll feel more like a festival. So that part kind of really gets me going. Hanging out with the artists afterwards, one of the perks of being a board member. And
are they cool? Lots of them?
Most of them are really, really great.
Yeah.
And they just kind of hang out downstairs afterwards and, jam away and chat and find out about one another. That part is really cool. The Celtic night, I'm really excited for. I mean, I'm a Newfoundlander, right? So I'm an Easterner. So, I mean, anytime you throw in some Celtic music with some good fiddling and some shoe tapping, break out some spoons kind of thing, like I'm your guy, right?
Well, I hope you have some help in the sound booth that night, because then you can get out and dance.
I don't have to do any of that stuff for this. None. The team is down there. They've got it locked and dialed. It'll just be fabulous.
Okay, speaking of down there in the dance floor, where Reverend Dr. Bob's going to be, let's go take a look at these lights here, because these are pretty cool creation, just special for Coldsnap this year.
Yeah, that's right. Literally finished building them yesterday. The paint dried.
Come on, these are awesome.
These really are awesome. They're the big addition this year to the stage for Coldsnap. So we got 4 of them, pondering doing 2 more. maybe for next year,
Twist your rubber
because it
arm,
takes a
yeah.
little while to
Yeah,
build
yeah.
these ones, because they're built from scratch. Yeah,
You can't order these on Amazon.
you cannot order these on Amazon. Yeah, so they get put together here and painted up and then programmed, and we can do all kinds of fun stuff with them.
When you're talking about the general lighting setup here for Coldsnap, though, how much fun is it? I mean, you guys got moving heads, you got spotlights, you got these. Like, this is like a symphony working together.
This is a whole thing with the production team at the back kind of coordinating
Yeah.
the sound of the band and the artists, the lighting, the vibe with the rugs and the space in general, and it all has to work together. And those two back there, they are absolute masters at creating a vibe and a feeling in a show. So it's funny, when stuff doesn't work, you kind of notice it, and when it does, you just go, oh, that felt really cool.
good, yeah.
Yeah. That's what they're masters at.
Look at that. Well, if the music isn't enough to get you out of your chair here at Coldsnap and excited, well, the lighting should be too. Thanks so much for your time today, Dr. Reverend Bob.
pleasure,
And
as always.
yeah, I'm excited to see what Coldsnap has to offer this year.
We'll see you around.
Sounds good. You can get tickets online on the Coldsnap website. We'll link it at ckpgtoday.ca too. Thanks so much.
Perfect.
Entertainment on CKPG Today is brought to you by the Treasure Cove Casino. Now that's entertainment.
Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
Very cool event coming up here in Prince George, Legends Live, for a special Valentine's Day version of it. And as you could tell by the Almost Maryland's dress here, very Valentine's Day theme. We got somewhat Sinatra here as well. New York, New York. Prince George, I guess. But thanks for making the time, you guys. How excited are you for another show?
Oh, we're so excited. This one's going to be our jazziest, crooniest, most swinging show ever.
What makes this the jazziest?
We're doing...
I guess Frank Sinatra, but...
Yes, we're debuting Somewhat Sinatra, formerly known as Elton Enough. Our good friend Mark Kazikoff is coming back from Calgary to be Elvis and is also debuting his Michael Bublé tribute.
Michael Bublé tribute. You know what? I always find it's like a rite of passage for artists, I feel like. Once they get a tribute, you've made it. So this is awesome. A Michael Bublé one, which lots of people will love. Good BC guy as well. But tell me a little bit about where it's being hosted and when it's being hosted for folks.
So we have 3 shows over all Valentine's Day weekend at 3 different venues. So we're going to be all over town. Valentine's Day evening, we're going to be at the Thirsty Moose at UNBC. On the 15th, on the Saturday night.
I like the moose, that was good, yeah.
On the 15th, we're going to be at the Underground Show Lounge downtown. And then on Sunday night, we're going to be at Ohm Pizza Bar Cafe.
Oh, perfect. You guys are doing it's like a tour of Prince George here.
We're doing a little mini PG tour, absolutely.
Spread the love.
Yeah.
So for someone who hasn't seen a Legends Live event before, what are they in for? Paint me a picture here.
Oh, well, Legends Live, so we like to call ourselves local legends. We're mostly a troupe of homegrown entertainers and impersonators. So we're all tribute artists. And we like to say incredible impersonators, fabulous costumes, and amazing live vocals.
I like it. Yeah, you guys nail it. And amazing outfits as well.
Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Mr. Sinatra, Somewhat Sinatra. How do you prepare to play a role like that? It's a little different than playing Elvis.
You just dive into everything that is Frank Sinatra, whether it's his movies, his interviews, his live performances, and just listening over and over again to his voice and just getting the feel for it. He's a lot different than Elton. He's not so all over the place. He's got a very specific range, and he's so very consistent and very musically talented, but in a completely different way than Elton.
Yeah,
so it's been a lot of fun, and I used to play a lot of jazz music in my high school days, so getting back to that kind of music and laying back and, oh, hey, you don't got to be on the beat all the time. Frank's always there, baby.
I love it's like, like a high school student crams for a last-minute math test. You've been cramming the Frank Sinatra.
Oh, yeah, absolutely method all the way. Minus the cement shoes.
Now, almost Marilyn, I feel like, I mean, this must come natural to you. It's probably hard to turn off at this point. How many?
No, it's very intentional, and again, it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of research and study, and I like to say my profession evolved from my obsession. So our tributes, and I'm sort of mentoring a lot of new acts as well.
Yeah.
And I always like to make sure that whoever you want to pay tribute to, it's always rooted in respect and love.
Yeah, well, I mean, as the dress would demonstrate here. The dress is going to be making an appearance at the 3 shows?
Yes, this is going to be Marilyn's outfit. And then I also have a new tribute that I will be debuting as well.
Oh.
I think I'm going to keep that one a secret, though.
Keep it close to your chest. That's fair enough, fair enough. Somewhat Sinatra, you got any hints on what the audience can expect from you?
Well, you might see an old crooner versus the new crooner, which is one of the reasons why I'm very excited that we're bringing on Michael Bublé, because we've got an older generation singer meeting this newer generation singer, as well as the Elvis Presley as well. Frank Sinatra was lucky enough to perform with Elvis as well, but I just love that we're going to be combining these two amazing singers and kind of seeing what comes of it. There's going to be some playful competition, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And there's going to be lots of romantic songs to enjoy for you and your loved ones as well.
Fits the Valentine's Day theme. Frank Sinatra does, definitely, and Marilyn does as well. If people are interested, where can they get their tickets?
You can get your tickets on Eventbrite.
Perfect. Okay, well, the 3 shows for you to enjoy Valentine's Day weekend. Thanks so much for coming in today, guys. I know you're very busy, and we probably owe you a lot of money, Marilyn and Frank. So
you can talk to him. He knows how to get money out of people.
It's true, one way or the other.
Thanks, guys. Another winter landscape to feature today in our CKPG snapshot. This one comes from Kara Collier, a cross-country ski session just west of Prince George. Looks pretty satisfying. Nice sky as well to show off here. Thanks so much for sending this one in, Kara. Of course, if you have a snapshot, send it our way. We'd love to see it. If it looks anything like this, it'll be great. snapshot@ckpg.com is our email. Hey there, got an idea or suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca. Here's some events to check out coming up here in Prince George and area. Stop by the Amanika Art Center for Lost and Forgotten. This is the Artist in Residence reception event. Of course, their Artist in Residence this month is Natalie Breckus. Coming up at the CN Center, see some great stunts from some great athletes on bikes. They are athletes, yes. February 8th, FMX World Tour revs up their engines here in Prince George. Coming up on February 8th as well, there's Brahms Symphony No. 2, if you're a fan of the Prince George Symphony Orchestra and what they do. Catch this performance at Vanier Hall. The 38th annual Prince George Iceman is set to roll out on February 9th. You can skate, ski, swim, and do a lot of running as well. It's great entertainment as well for spectators. If you have an event, send us the info. Let's talk at ckpgtoday.ca. The Prince George Airport. It's been up on the hill for some time, of course, as you'd know if you've lived here, but they've been predicting passenger numbers also for some time. Back in the 90s, they had predictions about not as aggressive as the city growth predictions, you know, those ones I'm talking about, how we're going to be a metropolis. But anyways, definitely interesting to look at these. Let's take a look at the ones from 1992 today in local history. Lots of talk about air travel back in 1992 and the expansion of YXS predicted here in this article. Okay, the airport terminal is actually built in 72 and changed just a little bit, but they were handling about 290,000 passengers at this time. And now the airport up to about 500,000. So you can see the growth there. In this article, it says Prince George was the 4th busiest airport in BC after Vancouver, Victoria, and Kelowna. It's about that now.
Abbotsford likely in that top 4 instead of PG, but we're up there.
So yeah, for the record, the flights passengers out of YXS, there's about 500,000 people that fly out of the airport every year. That is quite a bit. That was 2024. So a reason to celebrate for sure. Thanks so much for watching on the show today. And of course, love to educate, love to entertain. We're going to do more of that on the show tomorrow to finish out the week. Bye for now, folks.